Too thick and my friends are all annoying, but we go done, yeah, we go stupid. This the college dropout music every day late.
Hi, I'm Frances Cummins. This is technically my first ever YouTube video. So let's get started. I kind of brought a lot of brought all this stuff to kind of like show you what it was like for me, and I brought my little card that I got on the day of my, oh that works, I don't know if that works, but yeah, that's what I got when I auditioned. So I went down, I think it was the 23rd or 22nd of May 2018. 2018 was my audition. I went down with my daddy. I got the train down. It was really early. I think I got the train at like 7. I think the audition started at like 9. I got there on time. It was great. Went in, filled out the forms that they asked me to. I actually met up with another girl who was there who I knew. She was with her friend. Oh my god, thank god they were there because they kept my nerves so well down. And so yeah, we got called into this huge room. Everyone came in together. There's about 600 people there. Not to brag. But about 600 people there, and they basically got us up in groups of 10s. I kind of knew what the audition was because I had been in contact with someone who I knew who worked in DisneyLand Paris. Kind of gave me some help on like, you know, what to expect in the audition. Kind of did some improv in the first one. So that was basically how they lowered us down, was they got us up in groups of 10s. We did some improv, pretend to be a pirate, pretend to be a princess, pretend to be a villain, a dwarf. Like they got us doing lots of stuff like that. And they just got us up in groups of 10s. Everyone got up and we were lined up. 5 people in front, 5 people behind. And we got one chance. They were like, okay, let's do it. Go start. And how they eliminated you was they just said, thank you for coming. Can like 103, 110, whatever, can they stay and the rest of you can go? And that's basically how they just got rid of you. You just had to leave. That was your audition done. You didn't get to stay or fight for anything else to do. That was you done. So when it was my group, I think I was in the 200s maybe. I have my sticker that had my number on it somewhere about my room, but I'll never find that again. So basically I got up. I was so nervous. It was me and it was 9 other girls who all came from the same dance academy, who were all 21, who had dance experience, and they all came in the same outfit. And oh, can I mention, in the audition you're not allowed to wear makeup at all. They tell you specifically, do not wear makeup. Like if you wear makeup you're going to be penalised. And all these guys that make one. And like fake tan on, fake tan, makeup, nails painted. They came in like multicolored outfits. We were told black only, no makeup. Of course I was the only one that followed by the rules and the only one that looked absolutely horrific, going, oh, it's so ugly that day. But you know, I must have looked okay because I got it. Yep, and then next was the dance audition. Typically dance teachers train their dancers by just saying, you know, what the movement is. Like, okay, like jeté, you know, arabesque, there's ballet terms. I can't even remember half my ones now, but that is exactly what they do. They were like, okay, chassé, jeté, and arabesque, and oh my god, and they're like prepared for it. I didn't think that they were actually going to say the words, but the girl just briefly, you know, did the things, and that was us. That was audition. So I didn't do well in the dance audition. They specifically put me in the group where the dancers weren't good, which is, I was not surprised by. I did not like it at all. I completely forgot halfway through what I was doing, just followed the other girl in front of me, and they knew that. They could point that out right away. No, I didn't have to learn French. I didn't audition in French. I did in English completely. They know that a lot of people who audition for audition there didn't have to know French. I think like 2 or 3 people who I was talking to there actually knew French. But no, it's not a priority. For everyone asking that, it's not. It's good if you do know it. They do try and encourage it a lot, and if you do, I think you're definitely going to be higher up if you have it. So keep that in mind if you have audition. Let's get it into, after the audition, they give me my little card, told me thank you. They got us down from about 600 down to 150, and then like down to 20 people. Yep, I got about a month later, they contacted me with my contract. I was in my boyfriend's caravan, just sitting chilling, and I got the email. The email came through telling me that, you know, welcome to DisneyLand Paris, congratulations, this is your contract, and sign it, and we expect you here in a month. So I literally got it on the 16th of July, and the 16th of August was when I was supposed to move. So flash forward a month, I had everything ready, I sent my contracts, I had the money ready, my mummy and my boyfriend were coming over with me to Disneyland to get me settled. We stayed in my boyfriend's brother's apartment in Paris because he lives in Paris. Just a wee shout out there. We went and stayed. It was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it, but I knew the whole time I didn't want to go. I just didn't want it. I literally sat with this feeling in my stomach the whole flight. I just kept being like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. And my boyfriend and my mummy were like, you have to, just get in the plane, just get on the plane, you're fine. Which is nothing against Disney. I love Disney, I still love Disney. I have a big massive stitch right there that you can see. I love Disney. It's nothing against them at all in the slightest. I love them. I would gladly go back and be a guest. I just don't think it was the right environment. I think I just grew a lot from acting now. You know, I got there into Paris, my first day ever. I had all my cases and I had to go on my own to I think it's Chanel, which is one of the lodges in Disneyland Paris, one of the hotels. And I, you know, met with people, and the second I met the people, they just, you know, I don't like to talk bad about people, especially things, but we just didn't vibe together. We just weren't the same people. Like, I was 18, they were 21, they all had dance degrees, you know, they were taller, they had a different sense of humour, they were very much like, you could tell they came from like a good background, and by good background I mean they were all English, they all like knew each other, they knew the same people, they did acting courses the same. I hadn't acted really in anything professional, whereas they had. This was my first ever paying acting job. I've never got paid before for acting, so this was it really. We're just different people, and them being who they were kind of factored into a lot of it, to why I left. I didn't love them, we just were different people, and so there was about 6 of us in the group, and I think only like 2 or 3 of us were actually in like a different set of, like we were in different blocks because we were permanent, like we were going to be there for life. Like our contract was CDC, which means, is CDC? I think it's CDC, but it was like a contract for life, so I could stay, I can end it whenever I want. I could stay until I was 80 if I felt like it, you know, which was an amazing contract that I got offered. I was so happy that Disney chose me. I absolutely would love to go back. I would, just not as a cast member, just as like visiting, but you know, did my orientation day, it was great. They, you know, we just kind of got introduced and stuff and went to our apartments, and the second I signed, I put my pen to paper and signed the agreement and handed over my card to pay the deposit. They told me that I needed my passport. My mummy had my passport, and so did my boyfriend. They came to meet me, my boyfriend at the gate, and broke down in tears crying, saying, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, I want to leave, I want to leave, like I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, just sobbing my eyes, like crying. I do have my Disney badge and my Disney place card, but I'm pretty sure it's up in that big box that I have up hidden there, but I'm just not going to reach for it. I'll get it another time and show you guys. Hopefully when I edit this, I'll go back and be able to get it out and show you guys, so hopefully that should be, I'll get it down for you. On the day of my results, which was moving day for me, I had to move in to my apartment officially on my first day of Disney. I got my results, and I had failed an A-level history. Shocker. I'd failed it. and I wasn't surprised by it. I wasn't worried, but the panic sat in that, you know, this is going to be my grade for the rest of my life if I don't go back to school now and sit it. And I know that I could have always reset that, but it would always be in my heart that, you know, if I didn't do it then, I wasn't ever going to do it. I'm one of those people that I would never take a gap year, because I would just never go to university if I took a gap year. So I made the decision to go back to school about 2 days after results, when one of the teachers, God love her, Mrs. Lismore of St. Louise's, you are an absolute angel. She basically pushed me through to come back to school for a year. She pushed me, and I did. And I did get my results. I did get accepted into university. However, on the day of results in 2018, when I was in Paris, I got accepted into university, which was University of Roehampton in London, for creative writing and acting. And now, I could have went to that, and I could have stayed in Paris, but I made the decision to leave for me, for no one else. No one else came into play with it. It was my decision. I wholeheartedly can hold my hands up and say I'm happy with the decision I made. I know my hands are really gacky. I've washed the tan off, but it's still pretty gacky. I made the decision myself to leave, for myself, for my mental health, for my mentality, because I ended up getting good results, really good. I ended up bringing my D to a C. However, in two papers that I had done, I had both got D's in them, or I both got D's previously, and when I reset them, I brought them up to B's, which was phenomenal for me. That was the biggest achievement for me. Also, I fast-tracked politics and I got a B in it, so it was honestly amazing. I was so glad with my results. I was like, this is amazing. I've pulled it out of the bag now. I can go to university, and I'm happy with my decision. I will actually clarify that all now. In your apartment, you did get an apartment, you did have to pay rent. And you also had to pay money for, like, you didn't have a washing machine, you had to pay money for your washing machine. You know, you had to go and get all your own food, obviously. You had your own washing machine. It was basically like living on your own. You were just living on your own in this tiny apartment, and it was basically like a studio apartment. Like, my bed was right next to my table and chairs, and the kitchen was right there, and the bathroom was right there. The bathroom was okay though. Bathroom was okay. I will admit it. It was good. I had to have a lovely view. I had a door that opened, and this balcony that was like this big. Literally opened it, and the railing was right there. I looked over all these fields of green. The sun was shining. I do have a really nice video of my apartment. That I will. This is my first YouTube ever, so I will like try and post it right after this to show you guys. Hi, I'm Didi. Welcome to my crib. So, I have a kitchen area, my microwave. Yeah, it was beautiful. I would love the opportunity to go back to Paris and maybe live in Paris. However, not doing Disney. There was a lot of benefits to Disney. And obviously it's Disney. It's one of the biggest companies in the entire world, and I worked for them, and I can always turn back and say, you know, I did work for Disney, even if it was for only 5 days. Literally 5 days. And I left. But it was amazing. It was just fantastic. I did get like this little book, which is like my tradition, you know, like what Disney stands for, you know, about Walt. And yes, I can call him Walt because me and Walt, I've worked for Walt. So yeah, that is my story on why I left Disney. I probably will re-record this because I probably not gonna like it, but thank you for listening. Thank you for everyone who tuned in to listen and watch it. Mwah, I love you all, and please don't kill me for saying this, but like and subscribe. Thanks.